Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. We've been exploring gender gaps tonight, and one that has recently caught a lot of attention is how Canadian men and Canadian women intend to vote in the next federal election. Men favor Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives, and women, particularly women born before 1970, favor Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Joining us to discuss is the president of the Angus Reid Institute. You may recognize her from her role as a debate moderator in both the 2020 BC provincial election and the 2021 Canadian federal election. She is Shachi Kurl. Shachi, an honor to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. What took you so long, Mo?
You were on the show, but you came in remotely last year, if you recall.
I believe we were all locked down.
We were.
Yes.
Nice to see you in person. Nice to have you in studio.
Thank you.
So everyone talks about polarized politics, but there is a big gender polarization or gender divide between men and women in terms of who they want to see govern the country. How do we make sense of this?
Well, first of all, it's not a brand new phenomenon.
Okay.
So sometimes it's funny when journalists and commentators sort of jump onto a concept that's been around for a while, and it's like
Let me have this clickbait, okay, Shachi? Come on.
You can have it. You can have it. No, but I'm going to give you a viral clip.
Okay, do it.
I don't want to. Now I've oversold it. It's not going to be that good. But you know, like the Jif peanut butter ad where the guy's eating the peanut butter for the first time?
Sure.
And it's like, oh my God. So as a pollster, I'm like, yes, gender has been an issue in terms of political choice forever and a day.
Okay.
But what's the thing is, it's really, really pronounced now. And that's the issue. And we're starting to see it delineate in ways that are going to become really critical in terms of, we can talk about it more broadly, but if you want to talk about federal politics, for example, which is the what you did in the introduction, that's the part where it really becomes sort of that race for niche micro sections of the voter base. So it's like, it's not just we want to appeal to women, it's we've got to appeal to women aged 35 to 54 if one of these leaders or parties has any hope of sort of breaking through and getting some daylight between the other.
So for example, one interesting trend that we're seeing is that men under the age of 34 are supporting the Conservatives, where historically they haven't really leaned right. So it seems like Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives are speaking to men across ages, right?
So
like it is gender-based in some regard.
That's the new thing.
Okay.
So let's cast our mind back in like the time machine, go blah, 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 and go back like 8 years. It's just like a whole subset of viewers who are not even going to understand like that reference, but you get it.
I'm trying to keep
happy.
up.
Okay. Yes, you're so young.
Okay, 8 years ago. Where are we?
8 years ago, Justin Trudeau bursts onto the scene. It's a change election, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Harper's been around for a long time. What does Justin Trudeau have? He has two things that are his winning ticket. He has young voters of both genders, aged 18 to 34, right? He does the marijuana legalization. He's got the youngins. He marches in the Pride Parade. The woman jumps into his arms. He's cool. He's new. He's handsome. It's great. And he's got women across all age demographics. So I remember he did that campaign stop in Atlantic Canada and PEI, and it's like all the grandmas are just wanting to touch royalty.
That's currency in politics.
So the problem for Justin Trudeau now is that he's only got the grandmas.
Okay.
And I don't mean that pejoratively, but he's only got women, really. He's only winning with women over the age of 55.
Right.
Younger women have decamped to Jagmeet Singh.
Okay.
Or they're sticking with Trudeau to a lesser extent, and they're kind of either maybe looking a little bit at Pierre Poilievre, but not really. Much more likely to be aligning with Jagmeet Singh and the NDP. So Justin Trudeau is losing what's been a base of strength. In the meantime, to your point, he's lost young men. Young men and middle-aged men and older men are all fervently, solidly Team Pierre.
So I guess my question is, why are some women, and you said born before 1970, why are they so much still in the Trudeau camp? Why are they still a big fan of his when everyone else seems to be losing, their popularity with him?
So much of it is tied to issues, and then I think some of it is also just tied to some extent to that Trudeau mystique. You know, they remember his dad from back in the day. But if you look at what's happening around issues, right? So what is the number one issue for young people today, regardless of gender?
Housing, probably?
Housing,
yeah.
Cost of living, housing affordability, also climate change. And so that package of issues are areas that they don't necessarily see the Trudeau government has gone far enough on, is doing enough on. And Jagmeet Singh today, now he's just sort of got the cachet that Trudeau used to have. He's sort of like the new hip guy, and he's connecting more with that younger generation. Plus, he's pushing this Liberal government in the confidence and supply agreement framework to be more progressive than maybe it would be otherwise. So when you look at the issues that are most important to younger people, it's that package of issues. When you look at issues that are most important to men, and particularly middle-aged and older men, yes, it's cost of living, but it's also things like taxation, deficit spending, the economy writ large, ethics and corruption issues. When you look at what's going on with older women, it's things like healthcare.
Right.
And so so much of it depends on the lens through which people are gauging the issues that are important.
So then really quickly, how does Pierre Poilievre break through to women across the country?
He's got a big mountain to climb on that front, because the spread in terms of his favorability between men and women, 45% of men view him favorably, 23% of women actually fudgicles. I'm going to invert that. So it's 43% of men, 25% of women. Either way, it's a big spread.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
it's a big gap.
It's a big gap. You would think that Pierre Poilievre would actually at this stage try utilizing some of the strong women he has in his caucus. I think about MPs such as Melissa Lantsman, a woman, outspoken, lesbian, a little bit counter to what a lot of young and female voters will picture when they think of the Conservatives.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Which is angry white men. In many cases.
I'm not commentating yet, but you said it.
You don't have to. I mean, that's the fair or unfair perception for a lot of progressive voters. Yeah. Right?
Well, Shachi, I know that you and Angus Reid are going to continue to compile data and give us a little more insight into the federal landscape. So I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Folks, she is the president of the Angus Reid Institute. She is, of course, Shachi Kurl. Now, we will be recording some overtime with Shachi to talk federal politics. So find This is VANCOLOUR wherever you listen to your podcasts to be able to listen to that. Now, after some business, we've talked about the obvious gender gap in pay and in politics. Well, we're all treated the same under the law, right? Right? Well, our favorite criminal defense lawyer, Kyla Lee, explains how this may not always be the case. Coming up next.